What's up, guys? It's Ryantium here, and today we are back in Skyrim. That's right, you guys, and oh snap, it's gonna be an awesome freaking day. But first, if you guys haven't done so already, be sure to follow me on all social medias and check out my website. Links are down there in the description. So guys, welcome back, and happy Magic Mondays. That's right, you guys. So today is the day where we do the mod showcase on the mod that you guys picked out the last Magic Mondays. But don't forget, down there in the comment section, make sure you vote 1, 2, or 3 on the mod for next Magic Monday. So without further ado, let's get into today's mod. So PHENDERIX Arcane Archery. I'm a big fan of this mod, and apparently you guys were too, because it won 8, let's see, the first option got 5 votes, the second option got 7, and then PHENDERIX Arcane Archery got 8 votes. So what exactly is this mod? Well, this mod adds bolts and arrows of like a whole bunch of elemental types. I'll put up a list of how many like elemental types of arrows there are, but we're going to take a look at each of them in today's mod showcase. But where do you need to come to get them? Well, there's a few ways you can get them. You can find them on NPCs, which is dangerous as shit. You can craft them at a smithing or at a crafting shop or at a forge. I can't realize why I couldn't remember the name of it. Let's see. I'm going to come into the blacksmith forge. If you find the steel smithing area, so long as you have the steel smithing perk, you can craft all of the arrows, the bolts, and everything you need. Here's your bolts, and there's 3 versions of each. You have the regular, you have the empowered, and then you have the legendary. And the legendary arrows are the ones that are going to be the most expensive and do the most damage. But there's also a third way to do it. For those of you that don't necessarily want to spend hours and hours and hours crafting so many arrows, you can come up to Dragon's Reach, and you walk right up the staircase, and you bypass Jarl Balgriff, you come over to this room where Farengar is at, you look at his enchanting table, and you turn right. And right over here in this nice little corner is the PHENDERIX Arcane Arrows and Bolts cheat chest. And it comes with 20,000 of each arrow you could possibly want, as well as bolts. So let's go ahead and take all of those, shall we? We just armed ourselves with enough firepower to take on the whole entire hold of Skyrim, maybe even Cyrodiil. So we're pretty damn good, but let's go ahead and run down each arrow before we get into, what it does. So I'm only going to do the regular ones because each of them does the same thing, they just do more damage. So Darkness Arrow, an arrow that explodes upon impact and causes damage. Then we have Earth, arrow that explodes upon impact and causes damage to the target area, damages health and stamina. Then we have Fear, arrow that explodes upon impact and causes fear in a target area for 5 seconds, and then it gets longer and longer. Let's see, that one does fire damage to the target area. This does frenzy damage to in a target area. This does frost damage. You can pretty much get the regular ones. You got the frost, the fire, the lightning, all of that stuff. This one causes damage to health and magicka. Then Paralysis, that's going to be a fun one. Paralysis is just a fun thing to have. Arrow that explodes upon impact and causes damage per second to target area with poison. Now this one is the interesting one. This one is the overpowered as shit one. So if you can see the damage of the arrow itself, it does 60 damage. The legendary version does 200 damage, and it says it's an arrow so powerful that it explodes upon impact and summons a skeletal dragon. Summons skeletal dragons for 30 seconds that attack the player. Now that's dangerous, but it could also help you in a situation. You might want to use that for outside though. You don't want to summon a skeletal dragon on the inside of a building. But notice this one, you summon skeletal warriors. The legendary one, you summon skeletal dragons. So we'll test that out in God mode, that's for damn sure. Then we have the water one, arrow that explodes upon impact and causes damage to a target area. Damages resist shock by 10. Not sure why you would want a resistance arrow, that's interesting. Then we have Wind, extremely fast arrow that causes knockback to a target area. And then I believe that's all of them. Yes, okay, so that's every single one of them, because you have arrows, but you also have bolts, which is great for the people that love to use crossbows. But without further ado, we should probably go ahead and check this stuff out. So we're only going to be using the legendary versions of these arrows. And if you're wondering what kind of bow I am using a Tempered Valiant Nord bow. I'll put up the mod on the screen right here. Tempered Valiant Nord bow with no points into archery. I am 100 in smithing, and the bow has 40 base damage, 14 weight, and is worth 3,966, and is at the legendary perk. So that's kind of what I'm using. And then the crossbow is the same thing. 41 damage, 14 weight, 340 value, legendary temper. So let's get this started, guys. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and just go ahead and save right here, just in case. Now the first arrows that we're gonna go ahead and use, and in fact, let's see, let's go ahead and equip God mode just before. We don't want to die. We do not want to die. No, 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 no. God mode is now on, and then we can go ahead and equip the bow first. Now, truthfully, we're only gonna test it out with the bow, because yes, I have the crossbow bolts, but they do the same thing. You know, the crossbow and the arrow, or the crossbow and the bow, they do just about the same amount of damage. Crossbow does a little bit more, but each bolt does the same amount of damage as its arrow variant. Now let's see, let's just double check that. The bolt for the water legendary does 30 damage. The arrow for the water legendary does 30 damage. So yeah, absolutely the same thing every single time. But let's go and go over each of these arrows together, shall we? So let's start at the beginning, and we'll work our way down. So we have the darkness arrow. How you doing there, buddy? Good to see ya. Oh my Jesus. Okay, so they do indeed explode upon impact. So you can do kind of like an area of attack, or area of effect, which is pretty damn cool. And then we have our earth one. Now let's see. Just shoot the ground. Oh, that's kind of cool. Now, how much damage does this do? Let's see. Where is the earth one? We currently have those equipped. That does 30 damage. Okay, very cool. Well, sorry about your bad luck there, sweetheart, but we're gonna go and walk right on past you. Where's the asshole right there? Let's see, can we get him? Oh, nailed it. Headshot. That was a freaking amazing shot. Nice shot, Ryan. Thanks, Ryan. You're welcome, Ryan. But okay, let's see. The fear ones. Oh, this will be cool. Although these people might be too powerful, especially if we hit the guards. That tends to be, like, if you try to use a fear spell, that tends to be what happens. Come on, get afraid. Be afraid. Be very afraid. Okay, so it does indeed damage them quite a bit. Not as much as the other ones, but even still, that's pretty sweet. Now, like I said, you have to be careful with these arrows because the NPCs can use them as well, which means your shit is that you're gonna be in deep shit if you start getting shot with fire arrows like this, as well as fear arrows, paralysis arrows. As you can see, they're using those arrows right now. He's shooting fear arrows at me, but since I'm in God mode, he can't touch me because he's a little bitch. All right, here's some frenzy arrows. Let's see. Any more people want to have fun with me? When in doubt, we'll just reload the save that I did, and then we'll just keep killing the same people over and over and over again. So this one is the frenzy one. Lucia resisted frenzy arrow enchantment. Okay, that's fine. There's gonna be more guards down here, so let's go and test this out on you. Now, frenzy is supposed to turn the guards against, like, it's supposed to, you know, turn the people against the people. But it seems that doesn't do as much damage. It probably does the base damage of like a steel arrow or like an iron arrow. But because they're guards, it's hard to test that because they're a little bit more resistant to that kind of stuff. But frost, I want this to just freeze them in place. That would be amazing. Or that too. That works too. Oh my god, these are such OP arrows. Holy shit. Oh my god. Oh, lightning's gonna be badass. Let's see. What I love about these freaking arrows, though, is the fact that they explode on impact. So they do area damage. Like, I'm just gonna shoot at the ground, and it still killed him. It still freaking killed him. And that's what I find so cool about this. Hi there. How you doing, Adrienne? Goodbye. Sorry about that. Sorry about that, sweetheart. This guy's just not even giving a damn. So this one's paralysis. This one's probably gonna be my favorite. Let's just shoot at the ground. Yep, and he just fell over like a little bitch. Let's see, can we hit him? I did. Whoa, okay. All the lighting just went out in Whiterun. I must have hit the main breaker. So those can indeed kill people too. And that's kind of cool. But let's see. So that's so cool. I love the area of effect. Look at that. You can just shoot it right by their feet. And you know, that actually can help quite a bit for those of you that like to sneak around, because instead of hitting them, you could just hit the ground around them. But this one's a poison arrow. Oh, that's gross! Did you just freaking see that? Ew, that's gross! Okay, now the skeletal one, I'm a little bit afraid, so we're gonna wait for that. We're gonna use that one last. But let's go and reload that save so we get some more people. Okay, we got some fresh spawns. It's daytime. That way you can actually see what's going on. And now these ones are the, let's see, we need the water ones, not the wind ones. Right there. We want water. No arrows equipped. Okay. Go ahead and equip those. Okay, there seems to be something wrong. Let's see. Where are the water arrows? Right here. There we go. What's this one do? Okay, so it just has a little bit of a pond. That's kind of nifty. Now, what does it do to somebody if it lands inside of them? It's just an instant kill. What the hell even is that arrow? That's really kind of strange. I don't know why you'd use that one over any other ones. But now we have the wind arrows. Now, these arrows are probably going to be pretty freaking sweet. But for some reason, my quick equip is not working very well. But these are the super fast arrows. Oh, that's cool. Oh, shit, wait. Does it, like, explode into something? Oh, it does knockback. That's right. It's basically like a Fusro Da freaking arrow. Look at this. Let's see. Let's shoot the ground. Can I make him go flying? Yes, that's so badass. Get out of here. Stop it. Get out of here. Oh, that's cool as shit. That is cool as shit. And it does indeed do a lot of damage. A lot of damage to them. And then let's see. Can we get this guy out of here? Whoop. Oh, too high. And whoop-bam. Holy shit, why did I not have this damn mod when I was doing my Let's Play? Okay, so now comes the big ones. The skeletal arrows. We need to go ahead and equip all three, because there's 3 different types, and they're only going to be here for 30 seconds. So let's start with the skeletal arrows, this one. So this one does 60 damage. And it summons a skeletal warrior right there. So even if it lands inside of them, it doesn't even kill them. But it summons a skeletal warrior to fight you, not necessarily the people around you. Which is what you need to watch out for whenever you're out in the wild. Because when the NPCs and the bandits and shit are using these arrows against you, they're going to start summoning skeletons against you. And that's going to be bad. But let's just, for shits and giggles, see what happens if we do the skeletal legendary. These arrows do 200 damage, but they also summon a legendary skeletal dragon. Okay, so that just kind of killed him. Although I don't see a dragon, so that's a good sign. Let's see, let's shoot the ground. Okay, so maybe it's not gonna do it here. Maybe it can only work outdoors. I mean, I'm outdoors, but you know. That's really interesting. I'm almost afraid to keep using those because I don't know what's gonna happen. It's just gonna freaking summon a million dragons. Let's teleport to, or actually, let's see, we can't teleport. Let's just run outside and see what happens if I use it there. Okay, let's see what happens if I'm outdoors and shoot someone with this thing. Okay, so still no dragon, which is a good thing, because then maybe this arrow is bugged? Although it does the 200 damage, I'm pretty sure it does that shit. Because this is one-shotting guards. And guards are no joke. I mean, once you're higher level, they're a joke, but, you know. I'm just casually just murdering all of Whiterun's guards. Alright, but let's make sure we went through all of them. We went through wind, water, skeletal, poison, paralysis, lightning, frost, frenzy, fire, fear, earth, darkness, wind, water. Yeah, okay, yeah, we went through absolutely every single one of them. That is freaking perfect. Now, let's see. Let's try this real quick. Let's try the skeletal bolt and see if that works. So we'll do that, and we'll take the crossbow out, just in case. Just in case. I want to see if it's only a bolt one. Okay, so it doesn't look like it's the bolt or the arrow. So it looks as if the bolt and the arrow doesn't work, but you did see the regular ones work, and they summoned a skeletal warrior to come and fight me. Now, these arrows are going to be perfect for anyone trying to go out and slay some dragons, some giants, some mammoths, anything that's big. You're going to want to take some of these arrows with you, especially these ones. Because these things will one-shot kill like anything, so long as you hit it. You got to hit it first. But I think this is probably one of my favorite archery mods because you can mix and match with other archery mods as well and make it super cool. Like if you download this mod right here, Dragon Slayer bow with siege arrows, and you use the Dragon Slayer bow with these freaking arrows, holy shit, you're gonna literally be dealing so much damage. A dragon is gonna look at you wrong and it's just gonna drop dead. Now let's see. So that can almost one-shot a mammoth. It's probably gonna two-shot it. Yeah, so it two-shots a mammoth. Now, that's interesting that it doesn't work with the skeletal legendary. For 30 seconds that attack the player. What about this one, the empowered one? So the empowered one summons a skeletal warrior. No, it does not. It most certainly does not. but I'm just curious to see whether or not these other arrows and bolts can do a lot of damage on something that big. Oh my god, that's amazing. That was the wind arrow, or the wind bolt. So it doesn't do a whole lot of damage, but it certainly is fun. Like I said, it's Fusro Da, but in a bolt form. Let's see, can we hit that from over here? Nailed it! Now let's see, like I said, yeah, they don't do that much damage, but paralysis, let's see what the paralysis ones does, or do. Alright, let's see. Paralysis right here. Alright, so we got a giant and 2 mammoths coming towards us. Oh, fuck, that's nice! Damn it, that's nice! Oh, but he freaking resisted the paralysis. And that lasts for a decent while, too, so if you're in a bunch, if you're in a bind, you can absolutely just shoot the ground in front of him, and it's going to paralyze the shit out of him, and then swap to another arrow. So guys, I think that's everything that this mod has to offer, and if you're not convinced, if you weren't convinced after the first arrow and bolt, I don't know what your problem is, but this is probably one of the best arcane and archery mods that I've seen in a long time, and I'm very happy, and I think if I ever do another Let's Play on Skyrim, I'm gonna have this mod installed. So guys, I very much hope you enjoyed today's little mod showcase, and if you did, make sure you guys hit that like button, no more smashing it, but be sure to go ahead and vote 1, 2, or 3 on the mods down there in the pinned comment below for next week's Magic Monday. And guys, I will see you in the next video.